Joining me now, and I'm delighted he's here, is Missouri Senator Josh Hawley. Senator, now the left, pretends that this is all about protecting democracy. But what did you glean from what happened at this supposed summit today?
Well, what really stands out to me is that it was one long anti-American tirade by the President of the United States and various members of his administration. I mean, you listen to them, they don't like American voting laws. They don't like American history. They want to rewrite our culture and completely change it. I mean, this is a guy who doesn't really like America and who's telling the rest of the world, oh, I'm so sorry for America and the way that it is. You know, we should be different. If you let us have power long enough, we'll completely transform the country. Meanwhile, he's letting China walk all over him. He's letting an actual authoritarian dictator call the shots. I thought it was embarrassing and sad, and it just shows you how out of touch Joe Biden is and what a failure he's been.
They're really worried, are they not, Senator Hawley, about next year? I mean, they're freaking out. They see Kamala on the rocks. Biden is barely able to read a teleprompter. It just looks really ugly on a lot of these races. And they're cooking up something here. You can feel it in the air, even if they don't get those voting laws passed.
Yeah, their excuse for why they're going to lose next year, and they are going to lose, Laura, because their agenda is so unpopular. What they want to do in the country is so desperately disliked by Americans. And what their excuse is going to be is that, oh, America is a systemically racist country and our voting laws are stacked against us. I mean, this is the narrative that they are preparing. And I go back to their continuing assault on America. If you listen carefully, what you hear the Biden administration saying today and over again is America's systemically racist, it's systemically oppressive, it's systemically evil. It's just so terrible. And the American people, they just are too dumb to understand how good we are for them. Well, it's quite the reverse. The American people are good people. This is a great nation, and it's rejecting Joe Biden. And that just shows how sharp the American people really are.
One of the more bizarre, but I guess predictable, I shouldn't call it bizarre, they actually trotted out Janet Yellen at the Democracy Summit to trash our tax laws as somehow anti-democratic. Watch.
There's corruption here at home, especially when it comes to how people pay taxes, or rather, how they don't. Last year, more than $600 billion was withheld from public coffers because of our broken tax system. The country is deprived of funding for things that benefit everyone.
Senator, they get to decide what benefits other people by taking other people's money, but the money always stays in Washington to grow it, does it not?
No, that's exactly right. And here's the message there again. You just heard it out of the mouth of Janet Yellen that the American tax system now is fundamentally evil and fundamentally backwards and needs to be fundamentally changed. I mean, it's the same message everywhere you look from this administration. America is fundamentally flawed. Well, you know what? They're totally wrong about that. And as it turns out, the American people don't like being told that they're a bunch of backwards idiots. Parents don't like being told that they're domestic terrorists. And the American people just aren't going to have it. They know who the real idiots are here. It's the people in charge of this administration. So it's time to quit apologizing for America and start standing up for America and making it strong again. And that should be the task in front of us.
Now, they're totally jealous of the EU, though, because it's really hard to make political change in the EU the way the political system's organized, all the multi-party system. So you could tell that the Democrats here are like, gosh, I'm glad we're getting those higher gas prices, but we really love your system, your crackdown on free speech. Senator, I need to remind everyone watching tonight how these lovers of democracy reacted to a pretty big victory in 2016. Watch.
But just as sure as Donald Trump won last night, so did racism, so did sexism, so did classism.
You believe you lost primarily because of sexism.
I think it hurt me. I think it had an impact.
I think the Russians participated in helping this man get elected.
Trump won by voter suppression.
Senator, it's always anti-democratic when they lose. Always.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why they want to change all of the voter laws right now all across the country with the stroke of a pen in Washington, D.C. They want to take control of every state's laws and rewrite them to benefit themselves. which, as you pointed out, you talk about anti-democratic. I mean, the truth is that the American people are good people. They're smart people. They can make their own decisions, and they don't need to be told by Joe Biden that they're systemically evil and racist and backwards. That just isn't true. The Democrat Party has lost sight of who America is, what our history is, and what our destiny is going to be. And I tell you what, the American people aren't going to put up with it for much longer. Every time they get a chance to be heard at the ballot box, they're saying loud and clear, we don't want this agenda. We want a different future for this country.
Senator, great to see you tonight. Thank you.